In the last episode, I made it easy on myself by picking a position that only had 3 players and we cut it down to 2. Well, now that we talk about running backs, it gets a little bit harder. Welcome to Believe It Talk. My name is Joe, and welcome to another roster breakdown as we break down the Buffalo Bills' current 90-man roster and try to find out who's going to be a part of that 53-man roster. Again, that roster needs to be cut down to 53 players by August 31st, 2019. Before we do that, however, I want to remind everyone, if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, guys, the season is right around the corner. I will give you live play-by-play reaction for every single Buffalo Bills game. So you want to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, like this video, and leave a comment. Who do you think we are going to keep on the 53-man roster at the running back position? Again, we're going to go through these names, and we're going to use the model in the 2018 year to try to figure out how many we kept, how many we're going to keep this year. Are we going to add 1 or 2, or are we going to get rid of 1 or 2 as far as roster spots? Again, getting it down to 53 for this Bills team is going to be very tough this season, but we might be able to figure out what they are going to do. So again, we're going to talk running backs in this episode. So thank you for joining me. Hit that subscribe button, like this video, and at the end, leave a comment. Who do you think we are going to keep at the running back position? So looking at the 2018 roster to begin the season. We start with 5 running backs. That's including Patrick DeMarco. You have LaShawn McCoy, Chris Ivory, Trent Murphy, and Tywan Jones. That's the Jones I'm talking about. So those were the 5 that we kept last year. Here is the list of running backs that we currently have. We're currently looking at 7 running backs, guys. You're talking LaShawn McCoy, Frank Gore, TJ Yeldon, Sonoris Perry, Devin Singletary, Marcus Murphy. Now, I know what some of you might be saying. Whoa, Joe, you're forgetting about Christian Wade. Christian Wade was added to the international player exemption list this season, and so I don't want to forget about him. But as I read up on this international program, first of all, every team in the AFC East has an international player now. Since 2017, they've randomly selected a division to have this international exempt commissionless player. And this year it was the AFC East. Now, what this means is they can carry an 11th guy on their practice squad without affecting anything else. They will have an 11th man on the practice squad, and that is where Christian Wade is going to end up. Let me know if you disagree. Maybe he'll surprise us all and make the roster. But you're talking about a guy who played rugby coming over to the NFL. All 4 AFC East teams have this guy. This is something that's been in place since 2017. So let me know what you think. But as of right now, it looks like Christian Wade will end up on the practice squad as we get that free 11th player. So why not use it, right? So that is why I did not add Christian Wade to the list. He would be the 8th running back, but I do think he is going to be on the practice squad. So that cuts us down to 7 already, but you're looking at 7 pretty good running backs. When you talk about McCoy, Gore, Yeldon, Sonoris Perry, Devin Singleton, Marcus Murphy, and Patrick DeMarco. So let's look at this list and say, out of these guys, who is going to make it? Now, again, in 2018, we kept 5 running backs. So let's use that same model. I think 5 is a pretty good number. Now, if you remember, Tywan Jones was pretty much kept for special teams, right? So let's look at Sonoris Perry. And here's what I have to say about Sonoris Perry. I think it comes down to either Sonoris Perry or Andre Roberts at the wide receiver position as far as who's going to be our special teams guys. Is there a chance we keep both? Yes. And the more I think about it, maybe that's the best way to go. That way you can have a punt return specialist and a kick return specialist, but we'll see what happens. Again, this is going to be a tough 53-man breakdown this whole way down this roster. We have talent. So much talent, and it's awesome to see, but we know we're going to have to make some tough cuts, and it does start with this running back position. So I want to get into money first, okay? Using SpotTrack.com, I can tell you one thing. We are keeping Devin Singletary on the roster. That's a no-brainer, right? 3rd-round draft pick. It would actually cost us more to get him off of our roster and cut him than it does to keep him. And you're talking about rookie 3rd-rounder. We're keeping Devin Singletary. So let's mark Devin Singletary as kept, so that means 1. So now, of course, everyone's talking about LaShawn McCoy. Are we going to release with LaShawn McCoy? Are we going to keep LaShawn McCoy? If you recall, we talked about this before on Spot Track. We're talking about a savings of about $6.5 million if we cut McCoy. He is guaranteed a little over $2 million if we cut him in dead cap money, and we know how much Brandon Beane does not like dead cap money. He got rid of a lot of it last season. Remember last season, our roster was pretty bare, but that's because we had a lot of dead cap money, but we had to do that so we can get rid of it going into this season. Excuse me, our previous regime did not help us out in that way at all. So we're looking at this list now. Who is going to make this team? Again, I know Brandon Beane does not like dead cap money, and we'd have quite a bit of it if we got rid of LaShawn McCoy. And for that reason, we haven't had any rumors or any inkling saying that we're getting rid of LaShawn McCoy. I think we give him another year to say, hey, our offensive line was pretty off last year. Let's give him another chance. We keep LaShawn McCoy. So that's our second running back. So out of the 5, we now have Devin Singletary and LaShawn McCoy on the roster. So we have 5 remaining. We have Frank Gore, TJ Yeldon, Norris Perry, Marcus Murphy, and Patrick DeMarco. So those are the 5 remaining. So now you look at Frank Gore and TJ Yeldon, right? Both of them were signed this offseason, and both of them started OTAs with injuries. So you're looking at both these guys saying, are they possibly going to cut? Do we keep one of them? Do we keep both of them? I think in this situation, Frank Gore is definitely a keep here. I think we signed a 36-year-old, 35-year-old running back. We knew what we were getting into. Not someone who needs to be a part of OTAs as much. You know, he's been around the block, but he does provide that veteran leadership and that hard, tough-nosed type back. So I believe we are going to keep Frank Gore as well. That gives us 3 running backs, so we have to choose between 4 now, between TJ Yeldon, Norris Perry, Marcus Murphy, and Patrick DeMarco. Again, I see us keeping the same number as we did last year, and that's 5. We have our 3 right now with LaShawn McCoy, Devin Singletary, and Frank Gore. Remember, Devin Singletary also impressed during OTAs, so it's another reason why I think we would keep him here. So now we're looking at TJ Yeldon, Norris Perry, Marcus Murphy, and Patrick DeMarco. I think Patrick DeMarco is an unfortunate cut, okay? We're talking about Patrick DeMarco, fullback, only played in about 55% of offensive snaps last season, so it might be okay to cut a guy like that. And we know that that fullback position is being used yet less and less in today's NFL. So now might be a time we have to cut weight and get rid of Patrick DeMarco. I think this is one of those tough cuts that we have to make, so Patrick DeMarco is off the list. So it leaves us Marcus Murphy, TJ Yeldon, and Norris Perry. We have to cut at least one more of these guys, and I think that cut is Marcus Murphy. Guys, I wanted last season to be a breakout year for Marcus Murphy. I really did, but he did not impress. And for that reason, and to be honest, it wasn't all his fault. Sometimes I didn't see him on the field, but there's a reason why he wasn't on the field. We don't know that reason. We don't know if it's camp related. We don't know if it's injury related. We don't know if it's performance related. We don't know if it's off the field related. But we know he wasn't on the field until the Bills needed him, right? Until he was the last guy standing. That's when the Bills finally put him out there. But there has to be a reason why he wasn't on the field much last year. And I'm thinking that that will roll over into this year, and he will be another casualty of the Buffalo Bills. So that means, with that being said, we have our 5 running backs. We're talking LaShawn McCoy, Frank Gore, TJ Yeldon. So Norris Perry will make the team as a special teams guy and maybe a emergency back if it comes down to that again. And Devin Singletary, those would be my 5 running backs if I were the one making these decisions. Again, some of these are going to be tough cuts, guys, so we have to make sure we get the right ones. The one I flipped down the most here is maybe cutting TJ Yeldon and keeping Patrick DeMarco, but let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you think I'm right on here with these 5 running backs, or do you think maybe we are keeping Patrick DeMarco? We are a run-heavy team, so maybe we will use that fullback more than other teams would. Maybe you think we don't need Norris Perry if we have Andre Roberts coming on as a wide receiver. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Again, I thank you for joining me on Believers Talk. Hit that subscribe button, like this video, leave a comment. Let me know who your 5, or maybe you think we're going to keep 6, or maybe you think we're going to keep 4. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. But thank you for joining me on Believers Talk. I look forward to talking to you all soon when we talk wide receivers, another room that's jam-packed with people need to figure out what we're doing there. I'll talk to y'all soon. Until I do, go Bills. Just like in the last video, guys, again, remember that I am a part of Amazon affiliate. So if you are thinking about shopping on Amazon, if you're looking for more Bills merchandise before the season starts, or if you're looking for a great Father's Day gift, or if you're looking for something other than that, look in the comment section below or in the description below. I have my Amazon link. Click on that. That helps out the channel, helps me out, and I appreciate that. Again, hit that like button. My Twitter page is in the description as well. Follow me on Twitter. I look forward to talking to you all soon. Until I do, go Bills.